When I was 3 years old, my mother and I moved to the United States, more specifically Schaumburg, Illinois. No, I was not named after the city, nor did we move here because my name sounded like the city. My father was already living here for about 3 years. He spent a lot of time and energy to get a visa for America, and then worked hard to get my mother and I to the States as well. We lived with my uncle, aunt, and cousin on my mom's side. As I lived there, I saw my parents work hard to support me. My father would go to work at 8 a.m. and come home at 10 p.m., while my mother would go to work at 9 a.m. and come home at 9 p.m. Back then, my bedtime was around 7 p.m., so based on that time schedule, I would get to see my mother in the morning when I went to school, but I wouldn't see my father until the weekend. At this time, I thought this was very unfair. Why was I the one who didn't get to see my parents? It wouldn't be until my father's sister moved in with us that I would understand why this was the case. My aunt would explain to me how hard my parents worked to support me and move towards the American dream. The crazy thing was, there was no obligation to be living in America. We could have gone back to India at any time. My father's brother was well off, and my father could have gone back to school to become a pharmacist. If my parents had given up because it was too hard, I would never be doing this project, I would never be living in Mount Pleasant, and I would not be the same person I am today. In 2005, my father, mother, aunt, and I moved to Mount Pleasant, Michigan, with the Wolds Motel in our possession and my little brother Neej coming soon. I experienced a different lifestyle here in this new home. I finally had my own room, and there was a TV in it. This was all because my parents never gave up and were determined for a better life. And because of this, I was able to become a culturally diverse person. I was put into a pot with American culture and Indian culture being mixed, served as a plate of sham patel with a side of naan bread, water, and chocolate cake as dessert. America shaped me into a cultured mutt. Growing up from this point, I realized I had no excuse to give up on something I put in so much time into. The reason for this is because I didn't know what was on the other side. If I give up on my goals, I'll never experience what could have been, something better than what I had. The double-edged sword in my life is the fact that if I wanted to give up, I could just take over the business empire that my father has already built. This makes it way too easy to give up because I am provided the ultimate safety net. However, what stops me from just giving up is the chance for something better. My parents could have given up easily as well, but they didn't because they knew there was a better life in store if they kept going.